Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, 7th of September already. And yesterday we've got tech tumbles to worst streak in 6 years, crypto, credit and commodities clobbered. Strong data and corporate issuance sends dollar and yields flying. Yeah, the dollar certainly moved up yesterday. And US stocks were pressured on return from Labor Day amid surging yields. So yields continue to move to the upside. Economic news today, the main one is monetary policy report hearings from the UK. This is at 10 a.m. It's about time that Bailey increased interest rates the way the pound's been falling. Otherwise, before long, we're going to be at parity with the US dollar. Doesn't seem to have the balls to actually do it, but we'll have to wait and see. I think it's due this week, not this week, next week, isn't it, for the UK? But amazing. How low the UK interest rates are compared to its inflation. But of course, the downside of increasing interest rates is going to have an impact on the housing market. So damned if you do, damned if you don't, as they say. But that's about it. We've got a couple of Fed members speaking, Mester and Brainard as well. And Beige Book is out at 7 p.m. But not a lot of news around this week. Gold-silver ratio moved sharply to the downside yesterday. Then the dollar surged and it got absolutely clobbered back at 94.49. Yesterday in the Dow, the market moving to the downside once more, trading down to the 78% retracement, which you can see drawn from there to there. The big swing sitting on this on the overnight at the moment. Close below this, we'll see the market move lower and test the 89% retracement. 30-minute Dow, choppy session yesterday, the market down. Came back to the DP, the 20-bar moving average and the 50, and then moved back, creating an 89% retracement, and then sideways. And then overnight, we had a bit of a fall out of bed here, 150 points, which is interesting. Market back to the low at the moment. It needs to stay above this in order to have any attempt to move back above the DP. So the low, when the futures market opens at lunchtime for the Dow, or even before, to be honest with you, and we got the DAX opening at 7 a.m. will be very important to hold these lows, because in the daily chart, as you can see, each day the market struggled to hold the previous day's low, apart from the Labor Day there and yesterday taking out the low. So continuation of taking out those lows will see the 89, but the low very important. Keep an eye on that. The market tends to bounce off it a couple of times before it goes through convincingly. In the German DAX, a good start for the day on the DAX. The market moving sharply to the upside by a few hundred points, and then being sold into when the weakness came along in the Dow, and then overnight also moving lower. Stuck at 62% retracement at the moment, and the 5-bar moving average. Again, we're already at the low of yesterday, so let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. There you can see yesterday's low, market sitting on this at the moment, and also the S1. You can see how determined they are to bring it back. They've done it once, they've now done it twice. It's a case of, can it hold for a third time? Generally, it will make a move to the downside, and then once it's broken, it will continue lower. So yesterday saw the DAX moving higher, it then retraced all the way back to the close of Monday, back to the R2, and then sat in a range, and there you can see the 89% retracements before the market then sat sideways, and then overnight you've got that shakeout that happened in the Dow as well. I don't know what was behind this, but the markets all sent down to their lows. Yesterday in the 5-minute chart, you can see that the market kicked off to the upside. No surprise really after Friday's playing catch up really with the Dow that was shut on Monday. Market moving to the upside, but then putting in a full retracement, oversold, crossover in stochastic, sitting at the close, 200 MA, and then the volume there as well. Market bouncing 62% retracement back to the 200 MA after becoming overbought, and then all the way up, maintaining very strong momentum to the upside. You can see there by the parabolic, the price is closing above the 5-bar moving average till we got to the R2. And then we see the market Move back to the downside, waiting for the Dow, bringing it back. You can see all of the retracements in here and the momentum dropping off there, and then we move back down to the high of Monday, and the market sideways with demand, and then the crossovers there as well, parabolic changing and back up 100% there to create a double top. And then overnight you've got the shakeout there, and the market sitting on the, or coming off the low there. Like I say, it's had a few attempts to get through, and on 2 occasions it's succeeded. Well, 3 actually. It's come through on this third. Watch if it comes back and retests here. It'll be very important. But also watch this BRN level here, which is 12,700. This one down here. Watch this level because you can see how the market's stopped at this area as well. So if you get a shakeout at 7 a.m. and it stops here, very likely it's bound, it could move to the upside. So yesterday's trades, just 179.78, 27 on the profit factor, which is, it's only on about 3 trades. So it's going to be high. You've got the win ratio 66 to 33 because there were 3 trades there, 2 winners, 1 loser. Trying to do fewer trades and look for to stay with them for longer term at the moment because of the choppiness. It's just easier to move to the bigger time frames. So that's yesterday, and then longer term, of course, we continue to move to the upside. 55 still to 45 on the ratio, and 2.32. So 2.32 winners to losers on average profits, that is. So no complaints, no major drawdowns. Just take it steady, trade what you see, and let the market do the rest. In the S&P, you can see also down on the overnight, between 62 and 78 at the moment. In the 30-minute charts, in the pre-cash, you can see the market just sideways, and then as soon as it opened at 2:30, the market selling off, rebounding back to the high, and also to the DP level, and once again switching to the downside, sideways, and then shakeout overnight to the low, of which the market has bounced off, as you can see there. In the UK, well, the market up yesterday, of course, with the announcement that Liz Truss became the new Prime Minister. Market holding well. We've got 2 green bars in the FTSE, which we haven't got in any of the other markets. But then don't forget, it's only 100 stocks. It's not as broad as the S&P 500. But then, of course, the Dow only has 30. So, a bit of strength there at the moment. And you can see back to 50% and the 5-bar moving average overnight. But the market was sold into following the announcement. There you can see the market moving higher, and then we've got the Dow activity there, and then overnight you can see the market slammed as well, actually far below the low there to the S1 as well, and then moving back, but it needs to take out yesterday's low actually, which is weaker than the DAX and the Dow on the overnight, which are both currently trading above this level. Currencies, GBP, JPY trading up to 89% retracement, having broken out of the sideways move that we've seen. Did this yesterday, and in the 30-minute chart, you can see the move to the upside there, bit of a pullback, and then evening and overnight coming back to the DP with the shakeout in the Dow and back up to yesterday's high where the market is currently trading. In the pound, well, obviously its reaction initially was to move to the upside with Liz Truss being flying off the Balmoral, meeting the Queen, etc., and taking over from Boris. So back 89% overnight, though. Didn't last long, did it? And like I say, Bailey needs to do something regarding to increasing rates to stem the downside move and attrition of the pound there, you can see. So watch the 89% retracement. Anything lower than this will take us back down to this retest here of 114 that we can see there. But in the 30 minutes, Market up initially on the news of Truss, but then the reality. I'll say no more. I don't want to get political. That she might not be up for the task, or the task, and you can see there the pound reacting as well to this, with the dollar moving sharply to the upside yesterday afternoon as well. And finally, silver moved sharply higher during yesterday. We saw that in the pre-market session, but then got hammered when the dollar came on stream. In the 30-minute chart, you can see the 1 o'clock fix, bosh, straight to the downside. Dollar moving strongly to the upside. Same effect on gold as well, which you can see there, trading back to 89% retracement from there to there. It needs to hold. If not, you see a retest of the lows. A lot of support there, as you can see from the prices, with the numerous green lines there showing this is a very important area. And it's a very important area because let's just have a look, get you a price on this. I was actually going to say $1,700, but it's not. It's actually below that. 1680 for some unknown reason seems to be a very important area. Probably longer term in a monthly chart is probably why. So yeah, 1680 on gold is very important there. You see that cluster of green lines, but we are oversold there at the moment. Like I say, the dollar yesterday moving strongly to the upside, moving again on the overnight. It's going to play havoc with the metals, moving it to the downside as well. Good news though, crude oil down, continuing over the last few days, and breaking these lows as well. So if we break these lows, then we're going to continue probably to the downside, which is good news at the pump, although we're still being ripped off, which I won't get into again. It's more of a political thing. So it's good news to see crude oil moving to the downside there. It's going to help, but slightly, if nothing else. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens when the futures market kicks off in 15 minutes. So, as ever, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.